Hello, beautiful stars. Welcome to today's reading. So, quite an interesting reading we have today. And let me preface a couple things before we even begin. The last time I tried to ask this question, it was interesting. I did the reading, and it was, I don't know, some 50, 60 years into the future. I can't disclose the details because something interesting happened to the video. It was recorded, but when I rewatched it, it was like there was something funky going on in the video. So basically, that message was not meant to get out. So we're trying this again, but we're trying it a little bit differently. So we are asking, what is the next big major event within a year's time span? Perhaps Spirit will let us know for that case instead. So we're asking what's the next big major event in 2023 that will have a shift or an impact on the collective consciousness, and then what us people, the population, can do as a collective consciousness to perhaps shift and evolve with this major impacts for the greatest good and the greatest benefits of all. And interesting energy coming through already when I asked about the energy for this event. But yeah, I'll keep that on hold for now. But I did also wanted to mention the Lenormand before we start any of the cards as well. I have no idea what's behind any of these cards. But when I asked for the shade of the Lenormand, I first got a bridge, but then very specifics came in. It was the London Bridge with the clock tower. So that is the image we have. I don't know how that ties into the reading or into the future, but we'll see if we can find out. All right, so that was a quick preview, and let's just dive straight into it and begin with this oracle here. Okay, so we have manifestation. Okay, I do see new technology coming out. Okay, and then we have Rise of the Nature Devas. Ooh. Okay, so we have the Merkaba star, which is like activation of the light soul twice. A certain group here is going to be activated, or actually no, I mean, yes, ultimately on the 3D realm, but something's coming from the cosmos to help with that. Yes, so some sort of shift in technology and creation here. All right, let's look at our other oracles first. So we have the Divine Masculine. I see it being channeled, and oh, okay. So part of it is being burned away, and then part of it's being channeled, perhaps to shifting to Divine Feminine. Interesting. Okay. All right, let's see. There's only light. Some sort of awakening here. Is this? No, I don't think this is an individual. It feels, well, actually, is this an individual or a collective spirit? There's only light. It feels, maybe it does feel like an individual with a major impact. Yeah, no, it feels, okay. So some big figures are emerging, but not like what you would typically think of. More on the light collective consciousness here. Okay, so let's keep looking into the energies. We have soul name. Okay. Okay. Oh, I didn't. This inscription is so light, but it says "Know thy heart." Okay. I'm getting broadcasting coming through here, like via the news, via social media, but some sort of mass broadcasting energy events going on. Okay, and let's look at these. So we have rise above with 47. You will gain clarity on this current situation when you can see it from a higher perspective. Oh, okay. Interesting. This, I get the feeling, is like Mars in the background here with the red. And I see the planet flourishing, or some sort of green nature aspect kind of flourishing. Of course, we have the sun here in the distance. Yeah, something. It's an interesting kind of differing, opposing energy dynamic here. A new something with iron, something with a new element. No, not new. Reconstructed element, or readjusted, realtered. Huh. Okay. Let's put that on hold for a little bit. And let's see here. Heart of compassion. There are many people around you now who benefit from your loving, compassionate heart. Huh. I almost see like a unicorn rising. Interesting. And something's falling away. But it's part of the same entity? No, something's on the forefront. And then something's in the background. But the forefront will be for the betterment and the benefits of humanity. They're still connected. It's like, it feels like they're connected. They're not necessarily one entity, but they are connected and they can't be separated. Kind of like a light and shadow aspect in the same entity, I suppose. Okay. And then we have conscious living. Those healthy changes you have been meaning to make are imperative for you now. Okay. So definitely getting something nature and green and health. Blue light. What is this blue light spirit? Guidance in the morphology, morphology, ontogeny of the human structure. Is that DNA? Yes. In the human structure, DNA morphology. Interesting. Okay. Alright, so what is this big event, Spirit? Let's tie in all the energies together here. Because we have bits and pieces. It's like the 9 blind men and the elephant. Okay, 2. So we have whatever this next big event is. Does it have to do something with London? Okay, possibly, yes. I mean, we have the London Bridge and the clock tower. Clock tower usually, or I mean anything time-wise, usually it indicates divine timing to me. But Yeah, no, it came to me specifically as the London Bridge. First, it came as a bridge, but then specifically it came as the London Bridge. And I saw the clock tower reiterating that too. Okay, so the next big major event might have to do something with London, has to do something with burning away perhaps old toxic masculine energy and transforming that, purifying that, purifying that back into divine masculine energy. With some notable figures, notable individuals, 3 is what I'm getting, 3 major players coming forth with this. Okay. What are they doing, Spirit? One is with technology, one is with nature and conscious living and health, the vibrancy of the planet. And one teaches us about the duality of our nature. Oh, I'm getting acceptance in this. So about acceptance without what's that word? Not elimination, without rejection. Yes, it's like being able to rise in the best version of yourself without rejecting the dark side of yourself. It's incorporation, right? So it's what you want to bring to the forefront. It's like light and dark exist simultaneously, but it's not the mitigation of one or the other that makes one stands out. It's the unity of both while managing it in the same, in the same entity, in the same energy that will transform it and bring out the best of kind of like both worlds. Nebulous concept, let me try to convey that in an analogy. So let's say, love this basic analogy that I always use, but the process of construction and destruction, right? Say for demolishing a building because you want to build a new building. It's, wait, that is not a good analogy, is this right? Well, if you think of the process of recycling, which will also fit into the earth paradigm here, if you want to construct a new building, that's creative force, right? And you have an old building that's sitting there. But this is where the darkness, or quote unquote darkness, it's more so the destructive energy that needs to come in. You have to demolish the old building in order to allow the new creative energy to arise. But you're not excluding one or the other, right? You're not excluding creativity and you're not excluding destruction. You need both to craft something that is greater. And that's what this is mentioning here. Perhaps not only do these individuals exhibit their specific kind of function, say like in terms of technology, in terms of nature, and in terms of this integration here, but also kind of somehow this all blends together and they all work together to broadcast maybe messages or something. What is being broadcasted here, or what is this with this broadcast here, Spirit? Let's see. Okay, I'm not yet privy to... Okay, it's just mainly broadcasting, it's what I'm getting. So somehow, whatever messages these individuals carry will come forth and shift the energy of the planet. The planet and the collective consciousness. So this next big major event, because we're reading the energy of the event, right? So we don't know how it's going to come about, whether it's going to come in little events that kind of accumulate together, which seems to be the kind of energy here, rather than like one huge event just dropping and then making a gigantic splash in the collective consciousness, for lack of a better event. But we do have clues around as to what this event is. Has to do with technology, has to do with nature, the flourishing of nature or the encouragement thereof, and then also the transformation of transformation, transmutation, purification of toxic energy into constructive energy. Okay. All right. And yes. All right. So let's look into our tarot to get a bit more information about this. Okay, so we have the Ace of Wands. Wait, unicorn, yes, came through here, and this feels like a unicorn shape horn. I feel emboldened is the word that's coming through here for this energy. And we have Three of Cups. Interesting. It's going to be passed down, well, first one by one perhaps, but it's the passing down. Yes. Oh, we talk about three individuals. 1, 2, 3 individuals. I see here it's, yes, from spirit being passed down into this cup, then going to this cup, and then going to this cup. It's basically, it's the transmission, the broadcasting, first starting from these couple individuals, and then to the greater public, and then the masses. Yes, is what's coming through here. But it's very joyous. And I'll speak to the energy that I got before the reading too in a moment. We have strength. It's an integration almost between two opposing energy or forces, between masculine and feminine, which is what we talked about earlier here, with the divine masculine kind of empowering. Can we get a bit more info on this masculine feminine dynamic, spirit? Yeah, kind of like the divine masculine one, it's been transmuted and purified to empower the divine feminine. Or actually no, empower is not the best word, honor is the best word. Yes, to honor the divine feminine. And that's when it comes into integration. But this is going to be a challenging aspect. It's not easy to incorporate the two with the current collective consciousness. And by the point that these major events or this major event comes into play, we don't know yet. That's the energy I'm getting. We don't know yet whether the evolution of the collective consciousness is wise or adept enough to fully incorporate this energy with ease. Therefore, it must be done with strength. Strength talks about determination, about the ability to integrate here, but it takes effort. Okay, let's see here. We have the Three of Wands, more threes, okay. Oh, okay, so I'm seeing these the light here, so far away, but we do get a little bit piece of it, or that light, and then it's like, it's coming out in trickles. Instead of pouring down or pouring out, it's coming in trickles. I see a lot of hermit phase here, people going deep into introspection, because they're bored from their daily life, quote unquote bored. They're more dissatisfied. Boredom is just the energy of this figure here, but it's more the dissatisfaction with perhaps their spiritual life or some sort of meaning or inspiration in their life, because this is the Three of Wands we're talking about. It's usually looking for new horizons and being inspired, but this figure is very despondent, bored, and they're going to be seeking introspection, or spirituality or something meaningful from any source they can get. And that's why this trickling here of it's a card of contemplation here is the energy that's coming through. Okay, and what have we got here? The Ace of Swords. Interesting. Two aces encircling these cards I'm reading. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords. Ooh, little firefly here. I see this is kind of like the legend about Arthur pulling Arthur reminds me of augurs, which were, I guess, mystics, using certain signs and symbols for divination, like the reading of bird patterns in the sky or something like that, or the flight patterns of birds. Anyways, that's coming through. But going back to Arthur and the sword and the stone with Excalibur, I see, yes, this is what's happening. It's like as people go into introspection, I don't feel like this is like a grand energy, but it's very individualized energy. It's like people are starting to wake up and everyone's kind of pulling out their own sword from the stone. Everybody has their own soul purpose and journey, and that's what it's feeling like. So it feels on a micro scale. What we mean by that is it's individual energies, yes, of people waking up. But yes, we have mirroring energy here of both divine inspiration. Somehow, okay, that's why this energy is coming in this way as it is. Because even though with these individuals making great strides and bold broadcasting and getting their message out there, and then it's getting out to the general populace, it's kind of like a wave, like the center, or like a seismic wave is what we're talking about. At the epicenter of the earthquake or the seismic wave, it's where you feel the most impact, right, from each of the individual. Those closest to these individuals will feel the most impact, or will get the most resounding part of their message or their energy or whatever. And as it ripples out, the intensity and the strength of the wave kind of diffuses out a little bit. And when it reaches the individual level, say like from somebody else, we're not talking about distances here, because it's going to be broadcasted globally, like the whole world. This is a major event, or major events, that people are going to feel it. They're going to see it, they're going to hear it, but the impact that it has on their consciousness is what we're talking about, that's going to diffuse out. When it reaches a certain level, we'll speak to this challenge again in a little bit, but when it gets to a certain level of consciousness and vibration, it's like, here's the message. Those who vibrate near here are like, will be like, oh, okay, we get it. That resonates. We understand. Let's start making these changes and shifts with the planet. Let's start creating these new technologies. Let's start integrating ourselves our divine feminine and masculine energy, and transforming that for the expansion and growth and betterment of our planet and of ourselves. But those with vibrations further away, like as it trickles down, like here, like the energy is so far away, trickles down to the individual that's seeking that intensity, that power of that energy or message. It's a lot more diffuse in its effect. So yeah. Okay. So that's why it takes a lot of strength as well to kind of incorporate and integrate. Okay, interesting event or events coming. And I know we question it as one major event, or we just say major event, but it feels like a collection of small major events here coming together to form one big event, or the other way around, where the big event is diffusing into little events. Yeah, it's the energy we're getting here. Very interesting. That's why I love these collective consciousness readings. But yes, there is encouragement to rise above where we are and transmute the energies that are not beneficial to ourselves and to our planet, to live life in a more conscious living kind of manner. And that extends to taking care of the planet, because it is where we inhabit, and this is way overdue now. This could have been done, like, I don't know, ages ago. But yes, there's a shift towards transmutation of energy, conscious living, and then compassionate for ourselves, for others, and for our planet on the greater, bigger scale of things. Okay, now let's look into that London Bridge and tower we talked about. So we have one side of the bridge here, one side of the bridge here, and we have here, here, and then the clock tower over here. Okay. Okay, so we have the full moon, or the moon. Okay. So we're talking about recognition here, and this is like, I feel like this is like a hand, like Spirit's hand, putting this cat or this individual into recognition, into notice. Also see guiding stars here. Okay, so these individuals were meant to be, yes, or their messages are meant to get out there. We have the child, or the petit magicien, which is the little magician. And magical they are. Wow, a lot of guidances. Yeah, the same two repeating stars is what, like, I feel like. And more feathers representing spirit and guidance from angels and other higher dimensional beings. But yeah, oh wow, okay, this message. We can see this child jumping on this bed here is about to wake everybody up. Yeah, no, they are. And child represents beginning, initiations. Yes, so they are certainly starting something. Spirit's going to hand them to the world, or hand their messages to the world. They're going to wake people up. Okay. Okay. We have the book, or the grimoire here. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, they developing too with the technology is what I was about to, that was the word that was about to slip, develop. Certainly developing technology is one of it, but also disseminating important knowledge, information, also getting very secrecy vibes here. So perhaps knowledge that was well hidden, kept from the public. Yeah, there's a bit of air of secrecy there. It was public, it's knowledge that's always there, always present, meant to be known, or meant to be useful and helpful to the masses on the planet. However, yeah, it was because perhaps of divine toxic masculinity, control power games that have kept its secrets. Yeah. Okay. And we have the tower here, but it's an interesting card because right away I get the feeling of the world. So, and oh my god, getting major shivers here. This, it looks like, well, of course, it's the Eiffel Tower, right? But this is a broadcasting tower. Um, yeah, I got another reading in one of the collective consciousness I did a little while back about a broadcasting tower too. And this is the same energy. And look, it's just two same stars guiding and also indicating feminine and masculine energy working in harmony in conjunction with each other. Holy cow, okay. Oh, are we getting location? Interesting. Okay, so yes, we might have a couple of location here. I'm getting perhaps three locations of where these individuals are coming from or where the messages are stemming from. North America, Europe, and Africa. Yeah. Yes, we know Greenland is up here and then South America is here, but not getting those strongly. Getting North America, Europe, and Africa. And the Middle East is here too, right? Yeah, but those are the three that are standing out poignantly. Gosh, the masculine and feminine energy here again with these two moons. Interesting. Okay. So let's see. Yes. Let's not forget our clock tower. Yeah. Let's go to our clock tower before we tie in the energy here. Gosh, Spirit. When Spirit wants to say something, Spirit wants to say something. So we have the star or Letoy. Masculine, feminine energy, yes. Power coming through here too. The shape of the spiral. Significant stars. Yes. Stars also talk about so this is our clock tower here. So we're talking about divine timing. Yes, of when it's going to be released. This broadcasting, and it's about broadcasting and networking and connecting. Network, internet, intraweb, kind of thing. Yeah. Two messages here, but a lot more on the network aspect or the global expansion aspect of this message. Yes, we do have a couple of stars, three in specific. Either they will be recognized for what they are or what message they're delivering or whatever product or creation they're coming out with. Yeah. One in the field of technology, one in the field of earth, environmentalism, nature, and the other in terms of perhaps like life coaching or energy integration or psychic work, something along the lines of that, but more like metaphysical, spiritual, kind of guru, yogi energy kind of vibe. Wow, what a reading. Thank you, Spirit. This is definitely something to look forward to. So this is in 2023. We don't know when in 2023. Perhaps it's throughout the whole year. Perhaps it's beginning, and only time will tell. But yeah, these individuals are going to, the Spirit's going to make them known, or going to make their messages or their product known. Definitely a global scale. Broadcasting, major broadcasting. Yeah, world shakers, networking, knowledge. Do we need to clarify anything, Spirit? We also have parts of the world that we talked about earlier too. Let's see, do we need to clarify anything? Is there anything else we need to know? Yes. Let's get a final message on how this will help the collective consciousness grow, or actually more so what steps can we as individuals and population wise and the masses take from their creations, from their messages, from their advice, to evolve and change and grow for the betterment of ourselves and our planet, right? We have a little bit of that in the message already, about doing self-reflection and then rising to higher vibrations, and encouragement and compassion and more conscious living. So yeah, can we get a little bit more info of what we can do as individuals, Spirit? Or if not, then perhaps a final word of advice for the collective consciousness when these messages and events hit. Yes. Okay, let's get one more shuffle here. Okay, I'm a horrible shuffler. Okay, let's see. They want to keep it simple, okay. And I just got the shivers. Okay, so we take these three, this one, and this one. Yes. Okay, and we want, well, yeah, let's go this way. So we have the Four of Pentacles, and so we're talking about the individual level here or the final advice here. The Five of Wands. And then we have the High Priestess. The Tower. See this little figure here. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Wow, the threes that are coming through. Three of Cups, Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles. All talking about worldly and community, because the Three of Swords usually talks about the individual, kind of one's own mental thoughts and heartaches and stuff like that, right? But Three of Cups with other people, Three of Pentacles, other people, Three of Wands, broader horizons with other people. And the three individuals here, we have a lot of repetitions of these threes. Anyway, so the final outcome or advice in terms of what we can do with these major events rolling out, or major messages or products, or things being broadcasted and coming through, is the advice to really, well, no, let's start over here. With the greed that people has and have, I guess they want to point that out, because we're talking about greed on an individual level and greed on a corporate level. Corporate is coming in strongly. So yes, individual level and then corporate level. And there's all this bickering, all this fighting, and you see this kind of like barren land. Talks a lot about greed. Perhaps greed because, they don't want the betterment of the planet, or like they don't want to put resources into the betterment of the planet, or into personal growth, or into these advanced technology that can really help people on the planet. So with all this greed and all the bickering, there's going to be divine intervention. Yes, as we can see here very clearly with the high priestess and the bolt of lightning in the tower here. And it has to happen, because one way or the other, if this greed keeps on pervading and people are just fighting amongst themselves, we're not going to get anywhere as a species. Well, as individuals, as a species, and then as a planet, we'll just slowly consume ourselves with the excess of greed, and that's the toxic masculine energy power we're talking about. Greed and hunger for power. So yes, divine intervention is coming through, and yeah, it's going to be a wake-up call. It's going to coerce and force people to change in a certain way, or at least that is, I guess intention is one of the, I guess we could use that word for what's going on. It's going to be the encouragement, or yeah, when major planetary events happen, it's to encourage change, right? So people don't get stuck in their ways all the time. And again, it's funny, when this first came out, I saw this as the magician. So yes, somebody who's full of creative potential, able to do a lot of things, has a lot of is a visionary. Yes, somebody who's a visionary, and perhaps we have a couple of visionaries here because we're talking about threes, but a repetition of three here is to collaborate with these individuals, to heed their advice, to, yeah, whether it's in regards to personal development or in terms of the growth of the planet, or using the technology that they're coming out with. That is the encouragement here. Wow, okay, what a reading. Giving me chills all over this entire reading. Lovely, absolutely lovely. Really looking forward to this. So keep this in mind as you go through 2023, lovely stars. Keep a lookout for these perhaps individuals or their messages or their products or their advice coming through. Yes. And also keep in mind, yeah, maybe that's what signifies it, is something around London. London Bridge, London Clock Tower, and then North America, Europe, and Africa. All right. Thank you so much, stars, for joining into this really interesting reading. Thank you, Spirit, and all those tuning in. If you found the video insightful, helpful in any ways, or you liked it, considering hitting that like button, subscribe for more messages if you have not already. I wish you a wonderful, magical day. Take care of yourselves, shine bright, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye, lovely stars.